and hey, Facebook. It's tea time with Lauren, and I have no tea today. I have no tea. I'm out of field to cup, which is devastating. And also downstairs, I have some home renovations going on, so I'm upstairs and not near my whole tea station. I even thought about having like a whole separate tea setup upstairs in my office, like get a second teapot, put it upstairs, and like do the whole thing so I don't have to walk downstairs, which is pretty lazy because I have a pretty small house and I should just be able to walk downstairs. But it seems like a good idea to have it upstairs too. So, hey everyone, welcome, welcome. If you're new around here, every Friday at noon, I go live for a little something called Tea Time with Lauren. We chat, we catch up, and I answer your fashion questions. And starting last week, we began doing themed tea times with Lauren. So I pick a theme, you guys ask questions around said theme. I pick the top 5 questions and I answer them right here live. And it's like the most fun ever. So this week's tea time, I'm calling it the Ghosts of Fashion Past, aka all things cleaning out your closet. So I'm just gonna look over here, pull up my questions. So basically, like, let me set this up. Cleaning out your closet, super duper important. It's a great step into clearing so you can go on to the next step and improve your appearance and improve the overall well-being of your life. Because whenever you get to the space where you need to clean out your closet, it's to the point where like you've had enough. It's like enough is enough. Everything in here sucks. I don't want to wear any of it. It all needs to go. I want to burn it down and like get an entirely new wardrobe. That's usually when we decide to clean out our closets, which is a horrible state to be in. And if you think about it, everything that's in your closet, at one point you just like had to have that shit. Unless you're a person, which I've had plenty of clients like this, who they just feel so unworthy of having new things and being able to choose things for themselves. They just take hand-me-downs from other people. They just buy whatever's available and they don't really put any thought into it. But regardless of how you got to what is in your closet, when you get to the breaking point where nothing in that closet seems to represent who you are or what you're doing in your life, that's when we're like, it's got to go. And everyone knows, unless you're new, I have a lot of issues with the whole like Marie Kondo method of cleaning out your closet. I watched that Tidying Up show, her show on Netflix, and I like wanted to just scream. So I think, obviously her methods have helped a lot of people and that's great. Hello, her book's a bestseller. She has her own fucking show. So it's working for someone. But I think where I get really annoyed with it is because the purpose of that is to like clear out clutter. So if anyone watched that show, a lot of those people were like borderline hoarders, okay? They just needed to get rid of shit. But if you're trying to rebuild, if you're entering your closet in a place of frustration where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like anything in here anymore and I don't want to wear it, and I think getting rid of it and just replacing it again will fix me, then we have a problem because we do these epic purges and then we're left empty and with nothing, without a strong foundation to refill the closet. And then we just go through this vicious cycle, however often it happens. It depends on how much you grow as a person or how much the circumstances in your life change. So I don't like a big old wild closet cleanse, which I think is one of the questions. I'm going to go backwards on the questions. So the question number 5, do you ever get ruthless with a closet cleanse, or do you take the time to think of what you want to get rid of? So the Kondo method to me, although it is a method, and I'm sure like if you read the book and do all the steps, it's probably less ruthless. But a lot of people are going to watch the show on Netflix and they're going to be inspired. They're going to take all their shit out and throw it away. So to me, that's completely ruthless. And I don't like a ruthless closet cleanse. So if you own my Style Solution Style Planner, then you'll see that I have a whole closet cleansing process and a whole closet cleansing worksheet that guides you through the right questions to ask yourself before and even after the closet cleanse. So everything is like very methodical, you know, everything has a purpose. I'm getting rid of this piece because I need to replace it with this to make it successful. What's the reasoning behind it? What's my emotional bond to this piece? So I don't do ruthless. I also always recommend that you have some sort of backup when you're cleaning your closet. So if you follow me on Instagram, maybe you saw in my stories last week, my favorite luxury consignment boutique luxury garage sale, they came out and did a visit to LA and were like, if you got stuff to get rid of and consign, we'll come pick it up. So I'm cleaning out, and it was a little bit tougher because I do frequently clean out my closet. And there was pieces that I was hanging on to because they were awesome, because I spent money on them, because they're so cute, they still fit. But there was underlying things in there of why I wouldn't let them go. And they were things that if you just connect the dots, they were tied to other things. Scarcity mentality, you know, losing your old identity, not being able to let go of pieces of the past that were like in clothing form, you know, so it's like, oh snap, like this is why I'm hanging on to this. This kind of ties into another question number 3. If you're looking on Facebook, I have these numbered. Instagram's like, what are you talking about? Why is it so hard to get rid of sentimental pieces? Because the clothing in your closet, it's a snapshot of where you are in time. You know, there's a reason why we like certain things. There's a reason why we needed to purchase certain things. And those are crystallized and like inserted in that garment. So, you know, 2 of the jackets that I got rid of, they were really nice. They were designer. They were completely unique. I had some sort of like weird fantasy that I would pass them down to my children someday. I don't even like want children. So like, what was I thinking? And it was when I first started my career and I hadn't really made money yet, but I had a boyfriend who was like shopping with me and he would buy me stuff. And so I just had this like weird connection with some sort of fantasy of my future tied into the clothes. And it might sound a little bit weird, but that's the type of work that I like people to do when they're in the stages of developing their style. And cleaning out your closet is part of that first step. So if you have my book, the first phase is clearing out your past, your closet, all the mental cobwebs, all the old ideas that you have, because how you look is a manifestation of your whole life. You know, all the pieces fit perfectly together. So you don't do ruthless shit of like, oh, this shirt's whack, out of here. Get deeper, you know, figure out if it can be repurposed, figure out if it can help take you to where you need to go, or if holding on to the memory of that item is actually holding you back. So that's why it's hard to get rid of the sentimental pieces. There's some little something there, you know. I still had this little teeny old idea that some man was going to come save me and keep buying me shit, and I was going to take care of babies and dress them up in pretty clothes. But really, I've changed. Those jackets he had bought for me 10 years ago. Let it go. I'm in a different phase. So once I was able to release that idea, I could release the clothes and not think anything of them. So it was funny though, because I get my consignment dashboard. So they priced like one of the jackets and I'm like, cool, sounds good. And the other jacket, which is dope, they were like, oh, we're not accepting this piece. So I am having them mail it back to me, but I'm not going to wear it. I think maybe I'll sell it or like do a giveaway, because everyone was upset I got rid of the jacket. It was the Moschino jacket that had the bobby pins like here and it had a little comb. The shit's a collector, okay? So maybe I'll do a giveaway because that one kind of like hurt my feelings a little bit. Like, again, that's a sentimental shit right there. You don't see value in something that I found valuable, and people can take that personally. It's like, you don't see value in me. So there's so many things. Like if you're wearing an outfit and some girl's like, I don't like that color on you, or like, ooh, that's not cute. You're pissed because you think that she's saying that about you, but it's just a piece of fabric. But that's why that sentimental piece comes into it, because we have assumed that as part of ourselves, part of our identity. If someone's going to give me shit for wearing Gucci, which I'm sure plenty of people are, like everyone's on this like Gucci boycott, although I think that's kind of blown over. People are making an assumption about my identity through wearing this shirt. And if someone insults me for wearing it, I can take it as a personal assault on myself, or I can't. That's why we make the disconnect of like, oh, that was me, that served me, I can release. A little Kondo-ish. That's why it's hard. But you can get through it if you do the work. So the work that I teach in regards to style, it's inside work and it's outside work. You know, it's like, I'd rather like, I work on the inside of myself a lot, but it's fun when it can be fun and like be tied to clothes, you know? So you get unexpected healing when you take your transformation on the inside and outside seriously. Okay, so let's just skip around. Question number 4, how often should you clean out your closet? So again, kind of just going off of what we've been riffing on this afternoon, it's not a matter of like every season I need to clean out my closet. Like it's going to be summer solstice, it's time to clean this stuff out. No, it's like when has your evolution taken place? And that's something that I teach a lot in my program, Personal Style University. I touch on it a little bit in the Style Solution book, but we go super deep in PSU. We need to constantly evolve. And the evolution could come in like a 2-month period. It could come in a week. It could be a year. So you could be completely satisfied with the wardrobe that you have, learn how to mix and match it, not have to shop every 5 minutes, feel good. You're in like a job you like, you're in the relationship that you like, everything's chill. You might not need to clean out your closet, but once a year, right? Maybe, you know, today I'm living my life in my clothes, enjoying myself, and tomorrow I find out that I get a Netflix show, that Lauren gets her own Netflix show about style. Life changes in an instant for me, where I'll have to do press and I'll have to film and I'll have to do this. I would need to shed old Lauren and I'd have to start building this next level of Lauren. It's not even like a new person, it's still me, but it's the next level of me, right? Let's put that out in the universe. Netflix show for Lauren. So that moment could change everything. It's just like when you have a bad breakup and you're like, cutting my hair, or like doing whatever, you could go from single to taken. You could go from taken to single, and you need to cleanse and release and get rid of and rebuild for the new life that you have ahead of you. So it's not really a timetable that you can mark on the calendar. It's something that you really think about within. You change careers, you start your own business. I mean, whatever, it changes. And it's when you have those like breakthrough moments, you know, like I talk about my first style awakening a lot. And if you're on, if you get my emails, if you get my newsletters, be on the lookout, because next week I'm going to be launching exclusively to people who are already in my little world, a free masterclass that's all about like goal setting and style, manifesting the life you want, and using style as a tool to get you where you want to go. So we'll go like a lot more into this. It's like a full-on class, okay? It's like 2 hours. It's a full thing. It's really good. So make sure that you're on my email list and opening my emails next week, because you'll get the invitation to that class if you want to join it. But yeah, anyhow, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, we get deep. We get deep. Okay, question 2. How do you know when you really want to let an item go? It's what I've been saying. It's the release, it's the release. And I'll give you guys like a free little tip here. It's usually reserved for my paying customers, but I have kind of like, I call it a maybe box. Okay. So it's this in between step between getting rid of and like actually like getting it out the door. So like I had these pants that I got rid of during the last Style Awakening challenge, and they were Stella McCartney, and they had this like cool pleated bell bottom thing. I bought them on sale at Saks Off Fifth. I never wore them, so I got them tailored thinking that would help. I still never wore them. I couldn't get rid of them because I felt like such a dumbass for not only spending money on them, but to like alter them and try everything I could to make them work instead of returning them, which is what I should have done. So I essentially just threw $500 like clear out the window. I felt stupid for making that mistake. So keeping them in my closet and having that glimmer of hope that the perfect occasion would appear and they wouldn't be a waste of money. So like once I got clear in my head that like, let it go, Lauren, like people make mistakes. And that's something just within me internally. I hate making fucking mistakes. I'm a perfectionist. So like looking stupid and making a mistake is like the ultimate worst thing for me. It's so bad. Like I was talking to a friend last night and I was like, oh, I know I need to do this thing, but like I might look stupid. It would be horrible. She's like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm like, I would look stupid. She's like, so? I'm like, no, that's like the worst thing for me. So I noticed that keeping those pants and feeling dumb about making a bad purchase, especially since I'm a professional at this shit, I wanted to just hold on to it, not have the mistake. So anyways, so I knew I needed to let it go, but I was still like, this sucks. So I put the things in a box. It was like another little jacket, just a couple things, put them in a box. I put them in the garage, okay? The storage room in my garage. And I just ignored them. Never thought about the pants, never wished for the pants, never longed for the pants. And then when Luxury Garage Sale said they were coming, I was like, oh, the box in the garage. And all the stuff, it's gone. It's gone. So if you need that period of like, I can't let this go, but I know I need to, put it out of sight, out of mind. And if it's nagging at you and bugging you, then let it go. When I did my Luxury Garage Sale box, they wouldn't take these 2 leather jackets, which are really, really nice, but they're not the brands that Luxury Garage Sale takes. It's Rag & Bone and J. Crew. They're not high-end enough. So I could have hung them up back in my closet, but instead I was like, I need to get these out of sight, out of mind. And it bothers me that I paid money for something and I won't get anything back for it. But then I thought about a couple friends that I have that would be so happy and grateful and delighted to have those jackets. And I'm going to feel good to give them those jackets. So out of sight, out of mind, and then come up with a new solution. Okay. And then finally, last question, because I went so out of order. Do I keep pieces I love but rarely have an occasion for? It's an excellent question. So if you guys haven't downloaded my Ultimate Wardrobe Checklist, that's a list of just foundational pieces that you should have. laurenmessiah.com/ultimate. You can download it. It's completely free. So I like there to be items that are useful foundation pieces that can be mixed and matched, that if an occasion arises, they're there for you. When I was cleaning out my closet this last time, I have another pair of Stella McCartney pants, and they're just like a black wide leg trouser. I don't wear them. That is true. But it's a great staple for an occasion that could come up. And you never know, because life is interesting that way. Like I could get jury duty and have to like look legit and show up in court. I could get offered a speaking gig that's like for fucking Congress. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I could be thrown in at the last minute into an occasion that calls for a certain thing. So that's why I like to have a nice professional suit on hand that I could mix and match perhaps with other things to make it more fun. But I'd rather it be there than not, because if the phone rings, Michelle Obama calls and is like, Lauren, get over here. I need you to talk to some very important people. I got to look, professional. I can grab the pants. If it's you get invited to a last minute cocktail party and you're stressed out, instead of running to the mall and shopping, you have that perfect little black dress that can be accessorized. Even if you're not a dress person, you don't reach for it all the time. It's there for you in case of emergency. It's like break the glass and grab the dress, grab the pants. So if you love them, if they fit, if they're staples, if they can be useful for an occasion in the future, then keep it. If it's something that you love, but once you get deeper, you realize you're holding on to it for a different reason. That's why I held on to those stupid jackets for 10 years. I loved them. They're cool. I didn't have the occasion, I guess, but deeper down, I was holding on to some old ideas that needed to be released. So it's all about asking yourself like a little bit of tougher questions, and it's things that people don't typically think of in correlation with style, but I challenge you to think about it that way because it can be pretty incredible. You're like, this is surprising. I was talking to one of my Personal Style University members on Zoom the other day. I'm cooking up some really cool stuff for the business that I'm excited about. And I wanted to ask my best girls their opinions and just their experiences working with me. And she's like, I joined your program because I wanted to, it was part of my path to personal development. And I was like, yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like this was part of her path to just becoming like the woman that she was meant to be. I don't really tend to attract customers that are like, I want to look cute. It's like, no, I want to look like me and I want to feel like me. And I'm working simultaneously in all these different areas of my life. And I know that visually I have to look like the woman that I'm becoming. So I loved speaking to her about that experience. It was really cool because the people that are interested in taking action and doing the work will take these extra steps to clear out the ghosts of their past in their closet and within themselves. So if you're interested at all in any of that, a good place to start is definitely the Style Solution book, because I have in there outlined all of the different questions that you could be asking yourself while you're cleaning out your closet. And if you dared to go to the next level, keep an eye on your email for the style class that's coming up, because we're going super deep. Super deep. Let's see. She said, a comment just came up on Instagram. She said, I'm drowning in laundry because I have way too much stuff. Dude, I keep a highly edited closet. I really do. Like constantly just like keeping the best things. And I think once you get that freedom within yourself, which comes with asking those tough questions when you're cleaning out your closet, once you get the inner freedom, you start to care a lot less about what people think about you. So usually if I would do a live like this, and I might put this one on YouTube as well, because I'm kind of like liking what we're talking about here, I would be like, oh my gosh, I need to look in my feed. When was the last time I wore this shirt? I wear this stupid shirt all the time. And I would care. I would overspend on outfits because I never wanted to like repeat something on YouTube. It's called Personal Style University. It's the bomb. Go to laurenmessiah.com, click on my books and courses link, and you'll see all the magic right there. So I never wanted to repeat. I was so concerned, and like you see other influencers online and all these little blogger girls looking all cute. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I have like my favorite little rotation of items this season that I will wear again and a freaking again. I don't care. So once you kind of get that freedom of not caring, you don't have to have so much stuff in your closet. I have a very tiny closet now for my clothes. After I moved, I used to have a whole room that was my closet. Clothes everywhere. I mean, the shoes are still everywhere because hello, they're shoes. But now it's very tiny, and I'm like, I don't got room for this stuff. You got to go, because I don't care about repeating. I care less and less every day about what people think, and it's fabulous. So you can get there too. I know you can. Okay, I'm going to jump because I need to rest for 30 minutes because next I jump on live for my Personal Style University members. That was a program that I was just talking about. Every week I answer all of their questions and we have a good time because I like to offer support to all of my clients so they can continue their style transformation. So I got to show up with great energy for them. So I'm going to hop off here. Everyone have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time for some more Tea Time with Lauren. Hopefully next week I'll have tea. Bye, everyone.